The Beggar Strike, Chapter 2. All the beggars in the city have gathered in Salanyang's courtyard for the daily draw of their subscription scheme. Everyone puts down a premium of 100 francs, and the total sum that's collected, 5,000 francs, is paid out to one or other of the subscribers. They are allowed to double or triple their stakes, and so increase the chances of winning by as many times. Salanyang collects the subscription, acting as banker and making no compromises or concessions. She's a woman with plenty of guards and knows how to call to order any recalcitrant who claim their takings from a day's begging are less than the 100 francs needed to put down. It helps you to how to fork out that doing. And when you get a chance of pocketing it, Bismillah, then you are happy enough. You just listen. Don't try your tricks on me. You hear? Out with the dough. Nobody's allowed tricks. Even on the worst days, anyone can collect more than 100 francs. Not at every corner. Someone in the crowd ventures. You had better learn to speak the truth. Name me any part of the city where it isn't anyone's first action, first thing in the morning, to give something to the beggars. Even in the white areas, the black suburbs and the white suburbs all respect this ritual. And if you're talking about the poor district, then you have come to the wrong shop with that story. Everyone knows that the poor give more readily than the rich, so hand over the lowly, you bunch of skinflints. There's a universal laughter as Salanyang, from a chair in the doorway of her room, harangues the impressive crowd of beggars who fill the courtyard, carrying their batu, the calabash, which serves as a begging bowl. Salanyang holds a winnowing basket on her lap, and as she speaks, she counts the money in the basket. The crowd comprises men and women of all ages and sizes, some crippled, some hale and hearty, all depending on their outstretched hands for their daily pittance. Among them is the blind Ingiranisar, always correctly dressed with his tie, sword-starched collar, dark, gold-rimmed spectacles, invariable navy blue shoes, and white stick. Ingiranisar has somewhat distinguished air, perhaps because he always holds his head high and bends slightly to the left. His advantage point is the runabout near the presidential palace, where he regularly receives a coin to which is associated a wish from everyone who is about to obtain an audience with the President of the Republic. Charity opens doors, so here goes the final coin to unlock the doors of the President's heart. And among the faces with marks with darkly protruding eyes, among the hoary hairs and ulcerated limbs, covered with the pustules of scabies or eaten away with leprosy, among the rags which leave half-naked bodies which have long been innocent of any contact with water, among the beggars, crutches, sticks and batu, there are some adorable little toads who smile happily at life, twittering in the rhythm with a clatter of pewter jugs. Here, among the teeming crowd, is Papa Gokidiov, the old man who has had the knack of winkling an extra mite out of the donors. Thanks to his extraordinary comic talent, he's a perfect scream. The way he acts an old man in love with a young girl, he portrays one by one each of the old man's three wives who make bawdy fun of their husband fads, then the old man himself trying to make himself out a youngster, and finally the mischievous young girl who first bleeds her elderly lover white and then gives him a kick in the backside. Gorky Diop is well known all over the city, and people come a great distance to see him do his act in his accustomed pitch in front of his bank, from the 20th of the month to the 10th of the following month, and then at his market from the 11th onwards. When the draw is over, the beggars proceed to the sale of produce, rice, sugar, millet, biscuits, candles, sometimes a few chickens. The sole purchaser is Salanyang, who pays 30% less than the normal prices for those goods, which serve to stock up the next shop to the house, which is managed by her husband. She's a real businesswoman, is this Salanyang. She has been in service as a maid of all work, but had taken up begging as a career the day she gave birth to twins. One of her employers helped her to obtain a small plot of land, already cleared, on which she was able to build a house, thanks to the proceeds from her begging. The twins are quite big now, so she can spend her days simply sitting in front of a hospital, not too much in evidence, and send the children chasing after patients and visitors, while she keeps a strict watch out in case any competitors try to take advantage of their superior age and shamelessly do the children out of their takings. It is the newcomers who most often indulge in this unfair play, for the regulars respect the law of the underworld. And even as competition is hard, with hands jostling each other under the nose of the donors, who then throw a few coins at random, just to get rid of the beggars. Even then, they only take what actually falls in their own outstretched palms. On the day we're talking about, there is only one absentee from Salanyang's courtyard. That is Madiabel, the lame beggar. He had been a thinker in his native village, mending pots and pans, but fewer and fewer people brought cooking pots with holes needing to be patched up, or old saucepans needing new handles to be fixed. He couldn't sell any more cookers, for the agent who collected them and took them to the city to dispose them had disappeared one fine day without paying him for the result of a whole year's work. Madiabel has 2 wives and 8 children to feed and clothe. So one day, he upped and left for the city and became a batu bearer. Without a batu, thus simply holding out his hand for alms. Business was much better, and he was able to regularly send his family clothing and money for food. On this particular day, Salanyang pointed out his absence as soon as the meeting started. Something's happened. Do you know what's the matter? What's happened? What's the matter? It's not anything serious, is it? Madiabels had an accident, Salah replied. Ashunala. Che. Why? Oh dear. Oh dear. How dreadful. How did it happen? Where was the accident? Is he dead? Oh dear. Oh dear. I don't know if he's dead or not, said Salah. It seems the managers of his hotel complained to the police. They are bastards, those hotel people are. The police proceeded to organize a roundup. As he was trying to get away, he ran into the road without looking where he was going, just as a car came past at full speed. Oh, those run-ups, they make our life a misery. Poor Madiabel. He shouldn't have run with his lame legs. It must be fate. Who wouldn't run? If you have ever felt the stench of those whips, I take to my heels. I do, as soon as I catch sight of the furs. They lay about them like madmen. When they get worked up like that, they seem to forget we are humans. Some of them are quite decent sort. Salanyang intervenes. They have never picked me up in their run-ups. They've never laid a hand on me. As soon as I see them coming, I arrange my scarf neatly on my head. I settle myself comfortably on my bench, and I tell my children not to be afraid and not to run. The thing is, they don't take you for a beggar. In your smart boo-boo, they are always freshly laundered and ironed, and with your children dressed as if they were going to a party. How could anyone imagine that you beg for a living? Everyone burst out laughing. Poor Madiabel is forgotten. Naru, Salah's husband, happened to be passing at this moment with his kettle to go to his ablutions. He is delighted to hear the compliments addressed to his wife. Salah's boo-boo are very fine, and she knows how to wear them. What is more, under her boo-boo, she wears a pine, and under this pine, she wears an immaculate little loincloth, and under this, she has strings of white beads around her hips. Women nowadays disdain this custom, not realizing how much of their sexual attraction they lose thereby. The tinkle of the beads in the silence of the night of the savannah, combined with the intoxicating smoke of kure incense and the captivating perfume of gongo. What words can express the exhilarating effect this has on Naru? The old gossips in the district, he said to himself, will never understand that. Naru is a weakling, they say. Salah wears the trousers. He's not really a man. They can go on slandering me. Not one of them will ever know what ties me to Salah.